They have everything, get together for the games at home and watch on television. They have a party. And each time I give a yoy, they have to down a little something. Yoy, a double yoy. Yoy, triple yoy. Triple yoy. And the Steelers, what can you say? It's almost quadruple yoy. You know, I've got hope here because the Bungles are the Bungles. They're going to figure out a way, I think, to lose this football game.
You know,
I have to have faith in that.
I'm glad you have faith. I have hope, too. Cope's got hope.
But the Bungles today are defining why I call them the Bungles.
They're worse than the Bungles.
And I didn't invent that name. Glenn Shealy, who used to write for the Pittsburgh Press, he first called them the Bungles. And I wasn't too proud to pick up on it. How could the Bengals have expected to do well this year when they got so many young guys? They got guys out there playing football that ain't been bar mitzvahed yet. Wow, the Steelers this is the best offensively they've looked since they ripped the Cleve Sandlotters, and that don't count. But, Cordell had to hang on to the ball so long that Holmes was able to recover and get the third sack of the game for the Baltimore, the Nashville, the Tennessee defense. Wherever they are. Pensacola, you name it. And the Steelers are into Brownies, into Ravens territory. What are you calling them Brownies for?
Well, they used to be.
They're the old Browns. Yeah. It's tough when you go with the new Browns one week, the old Browns the next week.
Yeah.
These are the recycled Browns.
And now maybe that notion is rolling around in the craniums of the Jags that they haven't ever won here. So, this fourth quarter may be an exercise inside college age. Oh, I'm telling you, that school's out. The school bell rang. The kiddies, they all ran out, hopped on the bus, and there went the bus steaming out of the playground or schoolyard or something, and 3 Seattle Seahawks tried to get on the bus, and then they would open the doors for them. Finally, one of them bring them down. The safety man, Reggie Tongue, comes up to try to stop the bus. The bus sticks his tongue out of tongue. Says, you can't stop me. You're just a safety man. And keeps plowing ahead. So, yeah, the ball is placed at the 32-yard line of the KC Chiefs. Down inside the 20, the left cornerback, Craig Newsom, comes up to meet him, and the bus leaves cleat marks all over his spine. It was Lawyer Malloy, the attorney, who he ran right through him. He left him on the ground here. He tried to make a low tack on him. Bus has nothing doing, attorney. I'll see you in court. Oh, boy. I'm telling you, the bus saw a hole. He knocked some defensive back flat on his back. I'm trying to find the guy in there.
Tim Herring, who's back on the field, Myron.
He knocks him flat on his back, and then when he's tackled, he lands on the guy. He knocked him back 3 yards and then lands on him. Tim Herring was like a dead fish.
I think Myron knows more about food than anybody else in the world.
I am the world's greatest authority on food. Reggie White hanging on to Foo, and Foo going into the end zone saying, I'm carrying a very prestigious guy with me into the end zone. But he's 36 years old, and I'm a rookie, so he probably said thank you to Reggie. Who is he? Said, I tumbled, but I can't let that get me down. I'm going to give these guys a taste of Foo.
A taste of food.
Yeah. Foo still holding his weight nicely at 250 or so. Played at 280 in his senior year in college. And as I told Bill and Tunch the other day, he's staying off that Manapua. That's a delicacy in the islands, you see. The Manapua, the Samoans love it. He's Samoan. It's a doughy pastry sort of thing with red meat in the center. I'm telling you, you will rarely see something like that. It was like a lion coming out of a tree on Chandler. Nobody touches LeVon Kirkland, 270 pounds conservatively, coming up the middle and flying through the air and coming down. It's like you're the guy on a safari. You don't know there's a lion sitting in a tree. Carlos Simmons hit him so hard, I swear I saw his mouthpiece fly into the third row. An old lady caught it on the fly, checked it for a fit, and put it in her pocketbook. There was only one guy who had a chance to stop him back along the line of scrimmage or even in the backfield, but Dirk Dawson, the all-world center, come over there, and he says, you're out of this, buddy, you're out of it. He blocked him out of the play. The guy's teeth flew into the 5th row, and Foo was home free. Oh, I'm telling you, LeVon came out of there, got into that backfield. It was like an airplane landing on the guy. like an airplane crash on top of Enos. And telling you, Ponce was going at him like he was a fresh meal, and he dove off the ground.
No, not pounds, pawns.
Ponce. Like he was a meal. And he dives at Tom Zach. He's drooling at the mouth. Tom Zach ducks, and the guy goes flying. The Ponce goes flying right over him. And Tom Zach straightens up and hits the pass. He eluded the pass rush. Then he went through a sandwich, like mayonnaise dripping out of a sandwich. Two guys trying to sandwich him. And then he busted a tackle. And he finally ends up with 8 yards on a play. Terrific. Yoy. I'm telling you, his coverage there, he could tell whether Brooks uses Listerine or Scout. That's how close he was on that coverage. But I want to tell you something. Priest Holmes held Jason Gilden something awful, or Gilden would have sacked that water buffalo. He had him by the arm like it was an usher at a wedding. Had him by the arm and wouldn't let him go, and the ref don't see it, even though he's plastered in the backfield there. And Tom Coughlin will now execute conniption fit number 37 of the evening. But then he runs down the field so he can be by himself and starts into a dance and everything. I hate that. You stay at the line of scrimmage. You don't have to call attention to yourself, Flowers. It ain't science. But he says, I've got to run cautious because I'm not in tune with my fullback. You go in there and you run. And I might tell our listeners that if you're coming to the home opener against Seattle next week, have your terrible towel. If you ain't waving a terrible towel, you ain't a real Steeler fan. You're just some Yago sitting in a stance. And your neighbors in the stands will look upon you with contempt. And I'm telling you something. Hines Ward looked like Nijinsky. He caught that football, and he's dancing there to get around that stick there.
Nijinsky?
Yeah. Nijinsky. What was it, the great ballet dancer? But do you see Hines Ward dancing there like a madman?
I thought he was a racehorse.
No, he ain't a racehorse. He Carter, the strong safety, has got to be saying to himself, now how did that 250-pound back make a sap out of me? Puts a move on me like he's Nijinsky.
Who was that again?
Nijinsky.
Nijinsky was a great ballet artist.
Now, why wouldn't you use Baryshnikov instead of Nijinsky?
Don't quibble with me, Elkin. Tunch did have to have the use of a tailor in camp. He was such a shrimp of a tackle, they had to make him smaller numbers for his jersey. Hey, Turk.
What?
Will you kindly do a favor for the Iranian and call him Pordanish?
Pordanish?
Yeah, not Pordanash.
Pordanish.
Pordanish. He told me himself. I asked.
You know, Myron, thank you. Because otherwise, how would people know the difference between Tunch and Tunch, you know?
I'm the only one who did all these years.
That's
because I asked you when you're a rookie, what is it, Tunch or Tunch? You said Tunch. So Tunch it has been, well, every coach that you've ever played for called you Tunch. The game now starts at 5:40. They call it Monday afternoon football. The guy stuck on a freeway's commuter traffic. He finally gets home. He pets the dog who's jumping all over him. He kisses his wife. He frisks the kids for marijuana. And then they eat dinner. They tune on the game at halftime. And if it's a blowout, forget it. Along comes Cower in the company of Tom Donahoe and Dan Rooney. Sees me asleep in there. And at the top of his lungs, he yells out, "Cope, wake up!" So I come flying out of the chair. My legs are up in the air. My arms are up in the air. It's ridiculous. They're laughing for 10 minutes. He thinks that's funny.
Can't criticize him for dropping one. He just had a baby girl on Thursday morning. Chloe was born to his wife, Tracy, Bruder, and Mark. So congratulations to the Bruder family.
Yeah, but I hope he don't drop the baby girl. Yesterday, I'm heading down to lunch at the training camp. I hear someone yelling, "Myron, Myron." So I go back to where the guy's yelling at me from. He says, with a big smile, he says, "I'm famous Amos." I says, "I know who you are. You're also shorter than me." I told him, "You're taller only because we're standing on a slope and you're above me."
Cope, if there's anybody in the world shorter than you, I want to meet him or her.
You'll have to go to the circus. We're going to have a bad scene here. And before the guy can answer me, who pops in there but Lane? He came clear from the dining room. He heard there's trouble up there with Cope. He comes clear from the dining room. He grabs this guy by the shirt collar, and he says, "One more word from you, Buster, and I'll tie your tongue to your shoelaces." Not he-aw. That's the locker room show for tonight. I'm Myron Cope.